Okay, on this little segment, we're going to talk about referrals and how to get them, how to be worthy of them, how to keep coming in so that you're not forced to knock doors the rest of your life. Even though you may like it and be good at it, it's nice to have your phone ring with people that trust you and want to do business with you. So the first thing is stop right now. I know you're watching the video, hit pause, and hit pause in a second. We're going to go over your new voicemail. I've told reps forever. The golden thing about referrals, or the easy thing about referrals, is that all you got to do is talk about them to get them. If people know you work by referral, personally, I don't even ask for referrals. I know that you're supposed to, and I should start, but for me, I just talk about them, and then people know that I work by referral, and incentivizes them, or not incentivize. It kind of they just figure they should give me referrals so long as we do a good job for them. But so first thing I want you to do, I'm going to switch to this screen real quick right here, and you're going to have a new voicemail. So you're going to go to record on your phone, and you're going to say, "Hi, this is Ben with HelioGold. Texting me might be faster, but please leave a message, and if you were referred for solar, please let me know who referred you. Thank you." That's really simple. So hit stop. Do the recording, read it right off the screen right here, and then hit play again. Okay, we're back. A couple things I wanted to go over, not a couple, but a lot of things I wanted to go over on how to get referrals. The point of this is to get how to get referrals is to get a customer to trust and refer you with their friends, right? If you do a good job and they trust you, they're gonna tell their friends about you, especially for a big project like this where it could get screwed up by somebody else. First thing is be on time. People appreciate you respecting their time. So be on time, be a couple minutes early, whatever, but just be on time, which is hard, I think, for most sales reps because most sales reps are late everywhere they go and with everything they do. So be on time. It'll communicate that you're different than the other sales reps that they're shopping with because those guys are going to be late. The other thing is doing what you say you're going to do. People respond to people that are reliable, and they want to work with people that are reliable. So, and then reminding them that you did what you said you were going to do. So typically in an email, you'll send an email response. By the way, let's get your pen and pad out. If you could stop right now again, grab your paper and pen, write this stuff down. It's super important. Make sure that you write it down so that you do it, and write it, don't type it. Your hand, it's tons and tons of studies that show it's way better to write something with your hand. Your mind retains it better. But so write this stuff down. All right, so you've written that down, or you've gotten your paper and pen out so you can write this stuff down. And the reason I tell you this is super important is because for me, I get people all the time, reps all the time, that ask about how I get so many referrals, and it's by doing these things. And I typically average, if I'm actually working and trying to get referrals, then I'm typically 10 a month just by going out and doing these things and just doing these things. So, and these are, much easier. Sometimes I get shopped, sometimes I don't. Most of the time I don't. But so if you want just a consistent pipeline of people calling you, do these things. So, okay, do what you say you're going to do. I typically remind them that I did what I say I was going to do. If it's an email and I'm replying, I say, as promised, here is the information we went over today. Or, as promised, here's the information of the roofer that we're going to use to do this section of your roof. Whatever it is, you just, by saying as promised, it indicates and reminds them that you've given them a promise and you're keeping the promise. And those are the kind of people that customers want to work with, especially in a construction project. I also respond to emails and put, please don't keep me a secret. It's like reverse psychology of people all of a sudden feel this obligation to tell people about you even more if they're talking about solar or some other home improvement project. I just say, if you know anybody that's looking at solar or looking at whatever, just please don't keep me a secret. So and they tend to respond better that way. Also a big thing for me, every story that you tell should be tied to a referral that you got or installed. So I'll say like, oh yeah, this family needed more power because they weren't using as much heat as they wanted to. These guys were referred because they went to their neighbors and they had their heater running or their AC running or whatever it is. But everything that you talk about, you should tie back to referral and say the word these guys were referred, or just referred, referral. Those things just constantly, they're like little plugs that you put in the back of their mind, and then they were going to remember that you do tons of referrals. You may have knocked on the door, that's fine, but the point is that you want them, or you talk to them like at a trade show or something, but point is you want them knowing that you work by referral. It doesn't look desperate. It doesn't look like you're, like begging for referrals, just like confidently, these guys were referred to me because they met with 2 other companies and the guys weren't on time. They weren't, it felt like it wasn't going to be real reliable. And so they went with us because I was on time and I did what I said I was going to do. That's just like super powerful, especially in the construction industry. So always tie everything you did to a referral. The other part for me, tying stuff to referrals, when I set appointments, I say, yep, I'm already busy tomorrow, because I'm always busy the next day. I'm already busy tomorrow, or booked tomorrow. I don't say busy. I don't know why I said that. I always say I'm already booked tomorrow, but on Thursday, I have a referral at 10 a.m., and I could probably swing by your place by about 11:30 with drive time, if that would work for you guys. You're saying if that would work for you guys, because you're kind of, it's like a assumptive it's going to work for you, and it should be. You should already know. If they're dressed in a suit and they don't get home till 5, you're not going to come at 11:30. You're going to say, I'm going to come at 5:30. But if that would work for you guys, it still helps them feel like they're in control. But anyway, so the point is, you always want to reference, I could come at 5:30, but I got to be gone by 8 because I have another referral for a family over in so-and-so area. So you just want to show that you're busy and that you're working by referral. The other part of the referral, I think that's huge when you're knocking doors, or I guess really anything, is the 3-step process. Instead of slamming them, I think the 3-step process just encourages referrals, because you slow it down and you actually get a relationship with them, and it's non-rushed, and so they're gonna feel like that's the same experience they want somebody else to have. Most of the referrals that I get say, oh yeah, my friend referred you because she said that you were no pressure, you went over everything thoroughly, and she knew what she was getting and doing. So other thing when you're talking with customers is to tell them what you're going to tell them, and then tell it to them. You've probably heard that saying, tell people what you're going to tell them, then tell them, and then remind them what you told them. So same thing with solar. I tell them about the sales process. I say, I'll come by, we'll answer all your questions about solar, give you new information, and if it seems like it, with no pressure to sign up at that time, but if at the end of that conversation it seems like it makes more sense than paying SDG&E for the rest of your life, then I'll come back a second time with a preliminary design. We'll see how many panels you need, where they need to go, what your payment would be, what your savings would be, and then if that looks good, we'll get you signed up. I always make sure I say we're going to get you signed up. That way they have the expectation when I come back that if everything looks better than paying SDG&E, we're signing them up that appointment. But by telling them that and then doing that, it shows again that you're consistent and reliable. You're doing what you say you're going to do. I do the same thing with the install process. I explain the how it's going to work from the time we sign them up. They're going to have the roof survey done, and they're going to have the installers come out. I show them how we flash the how we flash the attachments to the roof for the panels. All that stuff, you're telling them something up front so they have an expectation, and then that is how we're going to do it. So again, it shows you as reliable. I also talk to them about the PTO process and net metering, and then they experience it and it goes like it's supposed to go. Then it's another plug for how reliable you are. You know what you're doing. So that's pretty big. Right after signing them, I send them a gift or bring them a gift. For a long time, and I have no good excuse for not doing it recently, but for a long time, I was using sendoutcards.com, and I would write something, a short paragraph about working with them so far for the solar project, and it had a picture of my family, and I would send them brownies or cookies or something like that as part of the sendoutcards.com. They offer that. They love those. They love a picture of your family. It looks like it's a handwritten font, so they love that part. I know Jake brings them champagne if it's a big account, stuff like that. But the point is, bringing people a gift lets them know you appreciate them. If it's something related to a conversation you had, if you know that they love lime green trinkets. When you find one, then you bring them that lime green thing. They're going to know that you listen to them, you care about them, and they're going to love that. So I do that right after they sign, because we shouldn't have cancellations because of the way we do business. So right after they sign, I send it, and then that kind of starts the referral process from there. I also Facebook friend them. If you have wild and crazy stuff on Facebook you don't want your customers knowing that you do, then you may not want to Facebook friend them. For me, I try to keep it pretty mellow on there, so I Facebook friend them, and that way forever they're seeing pictures of me with my family, with the stuff I'm doing, whatever it is. But the point is, they know I'm still alive and I'm still doing solar. So it's not, my Facebook isn't just straight up all solar stuff. It's some solar stuff because I like posting pictures of cool installs and stuff like that, but it just kind of lets them know you're human, but that you're still in solar. So for me, that's been critical. I also post on Facebook before and after pictures of the installs. So when I sign somebody up, I'll take a picture of the roof that we're doing the solar on, and then go back later and do a collage thing where it shows the before and after, and I put the bill amount before, the bill amount after, and share that on Facebook, and I've gotten several referrals from that stuff. And then the final thing is keeping in touch with them. That kind of goes in line with Facebook, but I'll text people randomly if I think of something that that we talked about. I'm talking 5 years later. I'll see something or hear something. I'll say, oh, hey, how's it going? Jake mentioned that when it's hot during the summer, he'll text them real quick. Hey, it's the hot season. How's the AC treating you on solar? Stuff like that. But just having a good relationship is going to keep you in the front of their mind. I think that's it for now on referrals. But the point is, talk about referrals. Please, again, if you didn't change your voicemail, change it again. Change it right now. Do the voicemail thing. It tells every time they call, they're going to, oh, this guy works by referrals. And who gets referrals? People that are reliable. So, all right, rock on.